G'day everybody, and welcome to something new, slash old, slash a game I've owned for 9 years I worked out. I bought this in 2014. I've been wanting to play The Long Dark for a very long time, and I've never really found an opportunity to do so. So be prepared for me to make some really dumb decisions, because I have not really played this. I've played like 1.5 hours or something, and it was all of the intro, and most of it was trying to... and eventually having to look online how to deal with the campfires. Because I just didn't know what I was doing. So I'm going to begin with the survival mode, because I figure that's going to be the best way to kind of get you guys to help me out with the dumb stuff, and also avoid any spoilers for the story if I want to do the story at a later stage. Because I figure if I do the story later, maybe by then I'll know how to do the survival stuff, so I won't really need tips, so people can just relax and we can all just chat and enjoy it. If I decide to do that. But regardless, it's a good survival game, so what difficulty shall I choose? Pilgrim, 1 to the Quiet Apocalypse, 2 Chronicle of Passing of an Age. This is a poetry of survival. Equal parts Hunter and Hunted. I'm thinking Voyager? Yeah, it's got to be that one. Can't be Pilgrim. Pilgrim sounds like peaceful mode. Interloper. Fine. Fine. We'll do Interloper once, I'll die, and then I'll go and do a more sensible thing. Fine. Why? Oh. Oh boy. How quickly am I gonna die? I was trying to think of... Oh, hang on. Alright, here we go. Can I pause this? Is there a pause? Oh dear. It appears to be lacking a pause function. Oh, there we go. Just wouldn't let me for a second. So what I'm going to do for a prediction here is how will I die? And I need you guys to give me some suggestions as to how I might die. Let's go cold, wolf, starvation, moose, bear, or drowning. I can fit 3 more or 4 more. Fall damage. Okay. Fire, sure. Yep, I might burn myself to death. If it doesn't fit one of these, then I'll just cancel the prediction. But if it fits one of these, then you win. Submission period, 2 minutes. If I even survive that long. There we go. Okay. So, thanks so much, Ferrets, for fun for the 4 months. Thank you, Nocturne Rage, for the Prime sub. And thank you, Element Balance, for the 500 bits. Thank you very much. Right. How much do I remember of this? I think I last played this in 2018. I think that was when I played about an hour and a half of it. Nope, that is not how you pick things up. Left mouse is how you pick things up. Probably should have done the basic stuff yesterday if I had the chance. But it's a little busy, so I didn't. I've always loved the art style of this. Oh, okay, fine. Nothing in there. Can I get in the back seat? help me. And the trunk is locked. Let's get some sticks.
Can't feel my feet.
Moosey, you're probably on the pole because yesterday I was hunting various moose. So it's retaliation. I think that might be why.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Yes, I will die if I don't warm up soon. Not quite sure how to fix that. I'm imagining I need to make some sort of fire. Do. Bug. Nothing there. Trying to see. I can't remember how you make a fire in this. Yeah, I've been playing this for about 15 minutes. I've played like an hour and a half several years ago. So my memory of how you do things in this is virtually zero. But since this is single player, tab doesn't do anything. It's F for bringing stuff up. Pressing tab does nothing. It does nothing! What? Oh, space. Food, weapons, drop decoy, navigation, campcraft. Aha, here we go. Need fire... Didn't I just make a fire starter? Isn't that what the tinder thing is? Well, let's see if I can find something that acts as actual fire starter. Probably need all these sticks anyway. I'm gonna freeze very shortly. Oh. Goodbye. Thanks, Everman. Thanks for the Prime sub. Cedar limb requires hatchet. Oh, hello. Okay. As my health slowly deteriorates. Get those cattails, eh? Thank you. I will grab those. Yes, they're good kindling. Can't you like scrap these down like in the real world as really, really good kindling options? Because they get all fluffy and furry and light easily from a spark. And some part of it's edible to a degree. Alright, I need to find somewhere to set up a fire that's got some shelter. There's something up this way. I wonder if that old man's beard is harvestable. There we go. Hey, Wabbit. Need shelter. Where am I gonna find some shelter? Don't think I can set a fire in a car. That's the only shelter I've seen so far. I'm looking for like a little cave or... Wait, is this little spot going to be sheltered enough? Throw stones at the rabbit. Does that symbol above my head mean that I'm sheltered right now? That symbol up there? Is that like sheltered from the wind? Yeah, okay. So this'll do as a sheltered spot for a moment then. Insufficient. Oh, wait. Do I need to... Some sort of... What can I make a fire starter out of? Do I have to... So if I make... Fire bow... I don't see fire bow. Add roses. I have to go find a fire starter of some sort, don't I? Okay. That's gonna be fun. I made some tinder plugs just before, and that didn't count as one, so I don't think that actually works. So I've got the cattail head, can be used as tinder, and then I've got cattail stalks, which are barely edible, and then I have my tinder plugs. Yeah, this is the death by frostbite mode, it seems. Guess I will follow the road because that seems to be the most likely place I'm going to find anything that I can use to light something. A field? Stay near some chance of habitation. Am I going backwards along the road right now? No, I don't have a map. I don't have a map. I think I need to find a map before I can make a map. Nothing in here. What about the boot? Is it unlocked? No. Pull down. You can pull down devices. Oh. Oh, cool. Today I learned. Nothing. Dang it. Why do I get the feeling I can't cross this bridge? Maybe I can. Yeah. Chat decided to convince me to try my very first survival game on Interloper. And I decided that would be funny. Once. And then we go back to a more reasonable start condition. So I can learn a few things. Oh, there's a fence. That could mean a house. Some building of some sort that got something I want in it. Come on, please have something good. Or at least a way to start a fire. Cue wolf biting my face off. Old substation. Bed. Nothing. 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 Oh boy. I feel like this is going to be a lot of nothing. And a lot of excitement when I find like one almost useless but maybe vaguely useful thing.
I can always use more food.
Alright, I got some soup. Sewing kit. Yep, nice. That'll be useful if I survive before I get frostbite. And die of hypothermia. Oh, I didn't say die of thirst as one of the options. Nothing in there. Aha!
I think I can use this. Never felt so cold in my life.
Yeah. Let's do it. Maybe this will be enough to warm me up.
Come on.
We're on firework. Oh.
Well, thank goodness for that.
There we go. Dusting sulfur. Okay. Oh, what? My fire went out. Well. Okay. I should probably keep getting myself warm before I move on, actually. I should have added fuel. Forgot that step.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, that went about as well as you'd expect the first fire to go. I agree.
It worked.
Duration 11 minutes. 18 minutes. Oh yeah, a bit more heat output. Toasty. So, can't really tell what my cold symbol is doing other than ouch. I can't really tell whether it's getting lighter or darker. Now, if I go... Stay above freezing for 24 hours. Oof. Okay, my frostbite might be a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, not much I can do about that right now. Need to go find some food. Water. Probably just got to crack open that tin and use it with some snow, I suppose. The fire should be warm enough because it's plus 10 degrees. Although I think I'm dying anyway. My health is very low and it's going down. Huh. Oh, I have a... How do I make that? How do I actually make that? Use that tin can? I'm gonna die. Sure, you can go there for the moment. Pretty sure I'm dying of cold, although my temperature is going up now. Come on. Come on, temperature. Come on. Oh, I have to pick that up. My temperature is just barely going up. Oh, the heart pounding. Okay, so yeah, I did need to wait by the fire longer, and I needed to have made the thing much, much hotter to have begun with. Okay. I know I was saying I'd go to an easier difficulty each point, but I might let you guys choose. I'll do a poll each death to decide which difficulty setting. I feel like this is going to be a really cruel way to learn. It's going to be kind of RimWorld
soon, I'm gonna faint.
learn by failure. Yeah, I know I'm going to faint, but I kind of need to get this snow melted and get my temperature up so I can go inside and sleep on the bed. Wait, stop sliding away from the barrel. Stay near the hot thing. Oh yeah. Alright, soup. Smash it open. Oh, that didn't go too badly, only 11%. Alright, I think I need to go inside and sleep for a bit because I'm going to collapse here. And sleeping inside seems a better idea. Oh, I could have made the soup warm? Wow. Oh well. There was a part of me that didn't like the idea of putting a sealed...
need to rest soon.
a sealed can on a fire. That seemed potentially a mistake. Alright. If I need a hatchet, can I actually craft any sort of hatchet? Or is that going to need to be a... find one sort of sitcho? There might need to be a find one. Alright, let's see what's up here. Nothing much. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think I'd survive if I slept too long, but I might have to. I'm gonna have to sleep longer, but then it's gonna be really, really late out, and I'm not gonna be able to see, so I'm not gonna be able to collect more. Oh, that's a wolf. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, go inside. Yep, we're sleeping. What? I died? How did I die? Does it tell me how I died? What? How did I die? What? Huh? What? Probably froze, but... But how would the wolf have gotten inside? If I died during sleep, how do we know for sure? Is there... Is there actually a thing? Oh, calories expended. 1743. No, that's just expended. I had calories left. Yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah, it could have been any of the things, so I'll have to cancel that prediction. Because it could have been any of the things. Huh. Okay. Well, that's one. Yeah, I probably froze, to be honest. That's going to be the most likely. Right. Survival. New. So, 3 options for a quick poll. Where's my poll option? Quickly shall I die? Voyager, Stalker, Interloper. Ah, shoulder's not happy. Alright. Go! I'll sleep in suicide booth. Oh, seems like most... Oh, no one's picking interloper. Okay, nice, nice. Seems like Voyager's the way we're going to go. So we might actually get me to learn a bit of the game before I then go back to interloper and struggle. Yeah, I think starting with the easier mode it makes a bit of sense. And it looks like that is not going to turn around at all. Thanks, Rodenwald. Thank you for 17 months. And the poll is now over. Alrighty. Voyager it is. Random start point, because I don't really want to pick. Confirm. Confirm. Easy mode. Alright. Hopefully this time I'll survive more than, how long was that? Half an hour? Hopefully. Alright, so we've learned a few things. I need to collect as many sticks as I can. Much to break that down. Oh, church. Hopefully that's got something useful in it. Okay, does not take much to potentially get fall damage. Okay, I'm gonna need some practice with the stones, I think. I'm gonna need some practice. I'm an athlete. Yeah, hypothermia risk. I get it. Okay, I know. That's why I'm collecting sticks, game. That's why I'm collecting sticks. Broken church is very broken.
I'm so cold. Open up again.
Anything good in here? Bandage bar, bandage. Yep, good. These look edible. Yep. Look. Some pork and beans, revolver ammo.
Wonder if the owner's around.
More pork and beans. Lantern fuel. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, yeah. This is a lot more generous. Got books to burn. Oh. Got a frozen dude with a Stacy's cola. Bedroll. Alright, let's light this fire and get myself warmed up before I die. Hook, cedar firewood, sticks. Stacy's collar has got it going on. Failed attempt to start fire. Fantastic. Have no more tinder.
So cold. Just gonna lay down for a bit.
No, don't lay down for a bit. Make tinder plugs. Start the fire! Start the fire! Oh yeah, I should put this scarf on too, shouldn't I? Yes, 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 yes.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, light! Baby, light! Hey.
Fire's life out here.
Alright. What was I doing? I was going to my clothing. I appear to have already put the scarf on. No, that's my jumper. Where's the scarf? Huh? Insufficient materials for repair. Okay. Yeah, it appears I have... Oh no, here we go. Wait. My temperature is slowly going up. I might add one of my cedar firewood bits in here now. Get my temperature up a bit further. A bit quicker, maybe? I can't make water. I don't have a... Oh wait, I can. It didn't show up before. Doesn't show up unless it's lit. Gotcha. Cook. Alright. Making some water. I can probably cook a pork and beans too. There we go. I don't see much more to loot. Oh, reclaimed wood. I see that. Temperature goes down as soon as I leave this. Ooh, there's a knife. Like that. Yeah, take that back. I do, if I look a bit harder, see a bit more to loot. What else we got? 5 minutes till melted, 3 minutes till ready. Yeah, knife. I'm hoping if I can manage to pelt a rabbit with a stone, the knife might help me with peeling said rabbit. Warming up, yay! Non-potable water, 18 minutes. Is there cloth on the ground? I don't see any cloth on the ground. I did put on the scuff. The scuff? The scarf. Yes, peeling a rabbit. I did say that deliberately. To be particularly weird. We'll wait for this water and then I'm going to go throw some things at rabbits and try and get some more sticks. I have already searched the corpse. That's how I got Stacy's mum. I mean, Stacy's... what's it called? Stacy's cola? Stacy's grape soda. No, the water is not ready. It's 5 minutes until boiled. Need to boil it. I'm not drinking non-potable. It's Shadow. It's from a song that is from a while back. All right, drink it. Stacey's mum is Jax. Wow, Stacey's mum is the alcoholic version. Jeez. I know, hypothermia risk. It's going to be tough to survive the first night, even. Yeah, I probably should have put more water on.
Can't feel my hands.
No, I'm getting cold. I know I'm getting cold. I need food. I need sticks. Mainly need sticks. And I need to make sure that when I sleep this time, I sleep for a little bit, check my fire. Sleep for a little bit, check my fire. Can I get up there? No. Whoopsie. I'm apparently wearing the work gloves, even though it looks like my hands are bare. I don't think I can stay out here much longer. Let's scout a little bit further. Yeah, I know I'm at risk of hypothermia.
Freezing.
I just need to check some more space. Let's get some more reclaimed wood. No, I presume this gets a better yield if I come back here with a hatchet of some sort. But I also figure I'm not going to get to the point of finding a hatchet if I don't get the wood now.
Goddamn freezing.
Oh, I just died. Apparently it's really, really cold in that place. Huh. Wow. So I was collecting the crates thinking, oh yeah, apparently it's really, really cold in that mine. I thought I was going to be protected in that mine. I didn't even register it. Oh, breaking stuff down also takes a long time. Right, that's right. The game skips ahead when you do that, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's try this again. Lessons will be learned. Lessons will be probably remembered slowly. Well, the visual representation of time is much more obvious when you're outside. Alright. How will I die this time? Let's go cold or other. I'm just going to go 2 options. Cold or other. We'll go random again. Alright, confirm. Cold or other. Alrighty. that. Oh, I have a bed. And lantern fuel. I'm in a cave. This feels familiar. I feel like I've set up in a cave like that. Maybe even this cave in the one game I played previously. I don't think I can do anything with that deer as yet, because it'll be mostly frozen. Yep. Okay. This is gonna be an interesting start. I don't see many signs of habitation nearby. Yeah, I'm getting cold super fast. Need to get all the sticks. Thanks, Everman.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yeah, and some place to escape this cold is going to be... Wait a second. If I had gone to sleep for a bit, would this wind have died down and given me a better chance to survive out here?
Too cold to think.
Hmm. Interesting. Possibly should have done that. Well, that's another lesson to learn. Might want to jump up and down and sing a happy song. That should keep you warm. Yeah. I'm risking the frostbite and stuff just to give myself a bit of a better chance to survive longer, I think, is the best way to go here. Because I think if I just run back to the cave straight away, I'm gonna die, but I'm only gonna stave off death for, you know, an hour. There aren't enough sticks around here. Think warm thoughts. Think warm thoughts. I do have a bed in the thing, actually. I should have looked at how long that's going. Look at my health going down. How much do I have? Sticks, 27. Alright, let's go back. Via a somewhat circuitous route. See if I can get myself warm enough in the cave. Maybe I'll be able to wander far enough to find some things. I didn't see any coal in the cave, but I didn't really look. I looked for the items on the ground and then walked out. Alright, I'm gonna grab these mushrooms and then head inside. I've been genuinely curious a few times with you guys saying don't follow me in a survival situation. I've been genuinely curious what it would be like trying to apply some of the learning from survival games to real world situations. Obviously, I'm not going to trust eating a mushroom. But it's something that's crossed my mind a few times, and like out of idle curiosity. Oh, come on. Well, in Australia, pretty much don't eat any of the mushrooms. We have a lot of mushrooms that look like safe ones from overseas that are that'll straight up kill you. Alright, I'm inside. So let's make a little fire. And let's start with sticks. Oh, if I stuff it up. Why am I not surprised to hear that the Australian mushrooms will kill you? Yep.
Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous for people coming from overseas because we do have stuff that's very similar apparently to safe mushrooms from
Thank goodness
overseas.
for that.
That are very bad. Hour 51. Let's make some water. Okay, nothing cookable. Thanks, Dead Zombie. Thanks for the Prime sub. Did I process the mushrooms? No, I haven't. I should also probably make some tinder plugs while I'm in here. Prepared reishi mushrooms. Begin crafting. Look at that. I've actually got a temperature bar. Four minutes until boiled. I have no idea. I don't know how to make the mushroom soup. I was thinking that was the thing, but I wonder if it's once I've got the water boiled? Can I do another water? No, I've only got the one tin can. Take it. Cook. Aha! Cook. Yeah, there we go. Take the water out. Cook mushroom soup. How's the weather looking outside? Just gonna quickly check. Oh, it's looking... Nope, still really, really cold. Peaceful. Need more resources in the cave. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Let's drink that. And water. Look. I think that'll be fine while I go out. Oh, look at my warmth. It's like up to 3/4. So what is this game about? It's quite a... I mean, the survival mode is quite a pure survival game in the sense that it's... Ow! What the... What? Serious... Murr. It's Survive in Canada simulator. Bridge. What's over by the bridge? Oh man. I think sprained wrist this earlier is not good. This early. This earlier? When did I have a stroke? My ability to speak is diminished in the recent month. I'm honestly surprised that no one's done a Survive in Australia thing, but because there's a lot of survive in a frozen area sort of games, but there aren't many survive in a dry, inhospitable, hot place games that I've, or at least maybe they just haven't become popular? Come on, backpack, have something good. Hello? No items in container. Oh, what the? Oh no, I am wearing it. Oh, okay. Have part of a map. There's nothing else there. I mean, It Takes Two or Grounded. Yes, people do argue that those are... I don't think I should go this way. That those are Australia Simulator.
My fingers feel numb.
Ah, pick rose hips so I can break a tooth on their seeds. Perfect. I am getting proper colds again. I think I'm gonna have to go back and make another tea or soup. And it doesn't look like I can go this way anyway. Urgh. What type of game is this? 101 ways to freeze to death. Yeah.
So cold.
It's like, imagine if Canada was cold game. Because, like, Canada, but colder. Hey, Tex. Oh yeah, I know my health's draining. I just don't know how I'm going to discover stuff without risking some of my health. Yeah, health is a resource anyway. I think health is a resource in this. I did not pick up many sticks on that little trip. Should have tried to get some more. Yeah, I'll try not to walk along the cliffs. I thought that maybe if I stuck to the rocks, I'd get sheltered from the wind a bit, but no. And water. Book. Brain rest. How do I apply the treatment? I go... maybe this? Okay. Ah, that's better. Much better. Right. Next up, let's have a look at our stuff here. I've got these mushrooms, so let's... Huh. How did I do the... How did I do the prep before? What did I do? Crafting. Bed. There we go. This is making me want to build a survival kit. Uh-huh. Is the water done? Not quite. I will do some more. Make some more mushrooms. So I feel like this game is a time management simulator, which kind of fits my expectations of survival. Which is try and use your time as best you possibly can to optimize your chance of living. Yeah, I need to find a new can. That would be very nice. A hatchet would be lovely. How many... I don't know how many tinder I have. I'm going to just... drink this. Oh, can I just take this? I should probably just drink it. Sounds like it just got worse outside. But my temperature is high, so I think I'm going to have to chance it and go out and see if I can get some more sticks. Let's go out and just... Ah! Got lost in my cave. Let's go out and just grab some sticks if I can. See how quickly this smashes my temperature. Because that is clear skies-ish. And a lot of wind. So I'm imagining it is very cold out here. Got the sheltered symbol at least. And it's gone. Eat all the sticks. The icon that is red with a hill on it means you have a chance to get hurt from a fall. Okay. That's what that thing in the bottom right is. Cool, thank you. That is helpful. That is very helpful. Oh, stick. How long it would have taken me to connect the dots between me standing on a steep slope and that icon appearing. Probably would have eventually gotten there, but I do wonder how long it would have taken. See you, Moncott. Thanks, dear zombie. Sticks. Where's sticks? Why no sticks? Come on, game. Oh dear. Takari, this is a single-player game. I believe there is a multiplayer mod out there, but it is very much focused on single-player, being alone, the struggles of being alone, being a big part of it. I kind of want to get that stick over there. But I should probably go to this hunting blind first. Rose hips. Oh, hatchet. Nice. Real firewood.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, yeah. Alright, birch bark's edible, isn't it? I didn't see any cattails. I was quickly looking, but I didn't see any. Five minutes, 19 calories, 3 sticks. Is that worth it? I don't know. Think I need to head back though. I gotta take this as a win and head back to my little campsite and see if I can get enough of a fire going. Hey! Thanks, XC6. Thanks for the 500 bits. Yeah. Yeah, I looked through my history because I was curious how long ago I bought this. I knew I'd bought this an age ago. And it turns out that I literally bought this 9 years ago. It was in 2014 that I bought it. Okay, that was a mistake. Let's not do that again. That was not worth 3 sticks, that much cold. Oh boy. Just thought I'd test it out and see how bad it was, and it was bad. It was really bad.
Making my head feel thick.
Yeah, it is certainly unforgiving, which is something I'm quite okay with. Especially in the context of, like,
I'll die if I don't warm
the
up
number of survival games I've played recently. I really don't mind having a little bit of an extra challenge. So cold isn't really solved at this point. I think if I can get a way to make maybe a torch and take that with me, that'll help manage my cold to get further away from the cave. Maybe? Or if maybe I can set up a fire in one of those hunting blinds? Nothing to harvest. Okay, let's not do that until we've warmed up. Okay. Into the cave we go. Try to light a new fire. Oh, on the thing. Take the charcoal first so we can make a map. Tinder, birch bark, tinder plug. Really don't have much in the way of firewood. I really don't have much.
Come on, little fire.
That's going to be a problem.
It worked.
Let's cook the mushrooms. Hey, I mean, each time I've survived a little bit longer, so there's that. I wonder how warm I reckon I might get warm enough to process some of that hide. I'm curious. If I process some of the hide, is that going to be enough to give me something warm to wear? Or something I can at least do to make myself a little bit warmer? I'm not sure. Not sure. Yeah, I need to... Alright, that's actually probably a good point, guys. I should probably go out there and have a look and see what I can process timber-wise with the hatchet now that I've got it. Because if I can process something good that way, that'll be heaps better. Alright, let's drink this to warm up. That did not too badly. We'll just put that on there in case I get back in time. Do the coffee so you can make... Ah, the coffee's in another can. I'll do the coffee when I'm back in there, because I don't want to take the coffee in and... put the coffee in and burn it while I'm out here doing stuff. Doesn't appear I can interact with the logs. With the stumps, I mean. Yeah. I think I'm going to need to take a bit of this deer meat and then head back inside.
Can't feel my feet.
Not too far.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Okay. Back inside. Inside to the fire. Alright, so, problems. I don't think I've got enough fuel to actually get through the, I don't think I've got enough fuel to get through the night. I think I'm going to freeze to death at night. See you, Madge. Yeah. Sure. I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but I'm not sure what it is. That'll be a cool player name, Gamey Venison. Yeah. I'm sure you can figure out a way to freeze before the night comes. Perhaps. Perhaps. Maybe. Thanks, Max Longhold. Thanks for the 200 bits. Huh. What have I missed? What can I get for campfire fuel round here that I haven't attempted to utilize yet? Was there anything I missed at one of those hunting blinds that I can break down for some more lasting fuel, like the fir wood that I just put on there? Break down the entire blind, yeah. Oh, that weather sounds horrific out there. Alright, what I might do is I'm going to cook up what I can here. And then I've just got to go for it. See if I can take a torch, and I'm just going to have to go for it. It'll be nighttime, which is going to suck. But I presume if I sleep here, I'm going to die. I don't see anything in here. Even with the torch. Like there's anything hiding in that little hole there. No evidence of coal or other burnables. That wind just puts this torch out straight away. Alright. Hopefully when the meat is cooked, I will be, hopefully it won't be so windy out there. Yeah, I definitely think this is the, I stay put and die, or I go and I have a small chance of survival, so I'm going to have to go. But to give myself a better chance of survival, my hunger is pretty bad. So I wanted to cook this venison. And cook the coffee and make my coffee. Make my bitter dirt juice. Yeah, Incognito, exactly. Play this like a roguelite, where you just expect to you expect to die. Alright. Drink. Oh, whoops, I should have eaten first. It's alright, I can make another one. Okay, I think it's crazy windy out there, but I'm gonna have to go anyway. How long's left on the 46 minutes? I can't sleep for 46 minutes. Yep, I'm going. I'm doing it. Oh yeah, take the can. Don't leave the can. Good point. Do not leave my cooking can. That would be bad. Thank you, chat. That saved me from a potential massive blunder. Oh man. Which way do I go? I want to go up, but there didn't seem to be any way up. Oh. Ah. Ah. The wind stopped. Let's go light my torch and then come back out. Didn't get far. Let's go. Take a new one, might last longer. Alright. Go. Let's go. Guess I'm going this way. If I can make my way to the bridge. I know how to get under the bridge, but I want to kind of get up to the bridge maybe? Or maybe I'll just go that way and see if I can climb up the other side. Yeah, let's do that. Hope I don't fall into the ice. I imagine I can process these little birch saplings. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, I mean, there's a waterfall over that way that was running, so I wasn't sure. It seems like it's too cold for me to be able to fall in, but this game also seems to want to kill me, so I figure any potential way you can die is a way you can die. If I can think it, it can kill me that way. Watch is going to go out soon. Pretty. Oh, would the down tree, does it equal firewood? Maybe. I'll have to check it another time, I think. Climbed up too high, I don't want to go back. How can I make a new torch? I'd have to make a new fire. Think? Torch. Begin crafting. Oh, that was a mistake. No, I'm not crafting a torch. No, that is a way to die. That is bad.
Can't feel my hands.
Well, I'm gonna die, but at least it's pretty. Yeah, where is the bridge? That's what I'm looking for. It's down that way. Let's head down that way. See if I get lucky.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit. Not sure why I feel so tired.
Eep. Ugh. I've never felt that nervous going down a hill in a game. Is anywhere around here sheltered? That's a car. Does this count as sheltered? No. Oh, yes, it sort of does. The hills might not have eyes, but they sure have snares. Have you got anything I want?
What have we here?
Ooh, flare. Okay. Else. Trying to stand up while not dying. Let's see how this goes. I just gotta follow the road and hope, I think. Watch the beautiful auroras. What was that bird song I just heard to my left? It was a loon, was it? Well, this does look potentially promising. Potentially promising indeed. Alright. It's here. Let's grab all the things. See if I can find some firewood and set up a fire. How long do you take to break down? 22 minutes. That's too long. Last resort cannery.
I could use this.
It's real dark. Just the fridge. Nothing. So I'm dubious on this whole... Why can't I take the kettle? Oh, there. What? Herbal tea. Can opener. Ooh, very nice. If I survive long enough to use it, that'll be amazing.
Take this food.
I'm unsure about the beds. If I sleep in the bed, am I just going to die from cold? Feels like -1 degree. Bed warmth bonus +5. That should work. Hello? Hey, my warmth's gone up. Yes. All right, let's sleep a couple of hours. Yes. I can't see. I think the aurora stopped. I really can't see anything. I think I need to sleep a little bit longer. I don't want to use my flare. I want to save that for when I'm doing another desperate run to who knows where. I should, however, now drink some of my coffee or water. Coffee. Icy cold bean juice. Delicious. Stale salty crackers, even more delicious. Alright, let's sleep a little more then. Think it might be getting close to daylight? Yeah. Something darkest before the dawn. Let's just sleep one more hour. I can't see a thing. Didn't this thing have lights on when I came here? Surely it should still have lights on. Alright. We got windows now. Where's the door? Not that way. Maybe? This way? What? Fine. I'll break down the chair. I'm safely inside. This seems like a good spot to do it. Ooh, boots. Are those boots better than my boots? Let's have a look. Yes, I think they might be. Plus 0.5. Condition. Ah, the condition is worse. Their waterproofness is worse. And their sprint is worse, but their warmth is better, so let's do it. I think it might be windy outside. Oh, the aurora was powering the lights. Ah, okay. That's why they were weird. I get it. I get it. Makes sense. Let's see what we can find around this place. jump up when it's not so horribly windy. Planks to chop up. What's this? Lantern fuel. Pry bar. Oh, keep doing that. Hold down, click.
This stuff will come in handy.
Yeah, I know my warmth is tanking. I'm gonna have to light a fire somewhere. I don't really have a choice, I gotta explore.
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
Tell me that. Gettable. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go inside. This is bad.
Goddamn freezing.
Yep. Yep. I know. Right, let's get back inside. Oh. Yeah, the sound design is good. Now, I have some books that I think... My temperature's not going up. Not start a campfire indoors. Search this metal container then.
I think I can use this.
If I sit on one of these beds, that might... Oh, and this was the kettle I was talking about. That I can't pick up. Just to break down. Huh. Sleeping, less calories burned. What's the advantage of passing time? Oh, it's quiet.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
Right. Yeah, I know you're hungry, buddy. You pass time if you can't sleep, right. So there will be times when I can't, when I'm unable to sleep. Alright, let's see what's in one of these other buildings. See if there's a spot I can set up a campfire. Good.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Rifle cartridge, that's good. Bit of cloth, bit of other stuff. Oh, bit of wolf! Bit of wolf! Where'd the wolf go? I can't turn around. I can't see whether it's still out there. The mirrors don't work! Alright, yep. Stay away! Stay away! Stay away! Back off. Holy cow, there's 4 of them. Uh-huh. So, that happened. Guess we're gonna break that down. Let's break down this. And now I really need to get outside and make a campfire.
Gotta eat soon.
Oh, dead person.
Excellent.
I've got sardines, so I can eat them if I don't find anything else. I just really need to find a spot to set up a
Snow,
fire.
Hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Alright, we need to eat. Okay, so I'm not getting a sheltered symbol anywhere around here, and I really need to find somewhere where I'm sheltered, but not inside. Where on earth is that going to be around here? Have they specifically blocked me from getting that sort of thing in this area? Oh no, the wolves are still around. Oh, oh no, the wolves are... No, that's the wrong thing. Don't know where they are. I also don't know how to get to the fishing trawler. Ooh. Ooh, this is sheltered. Hello. Hello. Yes. No, don't light the thing. This is where I want to be. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, let's get this warmth going. Start a fire. Sure. Let's go. Yes! The red flash seemed to work on those wolves. They didn't eat me. They kept back.
That should help warm things up.
Now, I want to put this away. How do I put this away? How do I put this item away? I don't want to accidentally light my flare. Ah, thank you. No, R does not work. H? H, thank you. Alright, let's get some water going. No cooking slots available. Okay, cool. That's alright. Let's have a look at what else is in here. I can break these things down once I'm warm enough. I've got some more cedar firewood here, which is nice. Plus we got newsprint. That's going to be kindling. Orange soda.
There's got to be something useful in here.
Ooh, fresh raw rabbit. Oops. Cabinet door to break down. Benches to break down, and that looks to be it. There'll just be a whole lot. There's a whole lot of stuff here I can break down and process. So I have got. I'm gaining warmth right now.
What have we here?
I need to check out my clothing in a sec. See if I can get anything warmer on. And a hunting knife. And new combat boots. Nice. Score. Big score. Alright, clothing. Boots. Oh yeah. Wear those. So that's my current inner layer. This next one is less durability but more warmth. The decent plaid shirt is probably not a bad option. It's not as warm as the ragged thick wool sweater, but it's close. Oh wait, hang on. I can wear both. Okay, that's a little bit better. You can fix up the clothing also. Okay, cool. Very nice. How long until that's cooked? 19 minutes. How long is this going to take to process? An hour and 30. No. What about the bench? Hour and 30. Cabinet door, 8 minutes. Perfect. Yeah, I'm providing the wolves with a warm meal. Exactly. 6 minutes until the rabbit's ready. Cooked rabbit. Eat it. I'm hungry. Appear to have no more food. Yeah, so these benches are leaning against a door. I don't think I can move this table though, so I'm not sure even if once I get rid of the bench I can open that door, but that goes back out into the... Actually, maybe that's into an area I can't get to yet. What the heck, let's do it. Oh no, I should get more food. That's going to use up half my available calories. Though with that wind, maybe I should just do it. Well, looking out this window, I want to get onto the fishing trawler if I can. I don't know if I can though. There's a lighthouse up there, which is probably worth going to explore. I couldn't figure out where to access that building of the cannery before, but I was distracted by wolves, so that's potentially part of the problem. I think with that wind, though, I think I'm going to have to break this down. I can't afford to go outside when it's like that. Affliction sprain risk. Yeah, this... I can't get at that door. I just let the fire go out. I definitely need to figure out how I'm going to, I'm going to find more fuel. I mean, not fuel. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's fuel. But food is what I actually meant. Time to store some extra clothes? Yeah. How do I do that? How do I store the extra clothing? Any place you looted, like the cabinets. Okay. Huh. Alright. So... stuff I don't want to be carrying. Stuff like the arrowhead. Probably don't need to be carrying my firewood. I can leave it all in. Leave a bunch of it in here. Rifle shell casings. Transport pillows. Sewing kits. Oh yeah, definitely scrap metal. Don't have any use for that right now.
I'm kind of thirsty.
Tins of coffee. Ah, herbal tea. Yeah, let's do that. And a coffee. Why not? Don't need 2 can openers. Seed of firewood. Probably don't need to be carrying all of the charcoal. Fresh guts, I don't even know what to do with them yet. Yeah, I definitely need to not be carrying so much stuff on me. Got all these sardines to eat, so that's something. Just trying to look for the other clothing items, like that fun shirt. Something like that? I don't know. Oh, the wind is gone. Oh, that's great timing. Or it's reduced anyway. Okay, let's go explore.
I could eat a horse.
Ooh. Ooh. No. I wonder if the wolves can follow you into safe zones if you leave the door open.
That'll come in handy.
I'm not sure I want to test that. Getting some unusual finds in this filing cabinet. Someone apparently feels like they want to emulate a Capac-esque filing system where food goes under F.
This stuff will come in handy.
I don't think I want to do it for science right now. Ooh. Okay. Don't know how to get back up, but this appears to be how I get to the trawler, so... Do you want to move?
I can always use more food.
Can't get inside.
Could end up being useful.
A heavy hammer. That could indeed end up being useful. I'm not sure at what point I need to be breaking up things like those boxes, but I've got a moderate amount of firewood at this point, so I'm not feeling like I have to do that just yet. See what else is down on the ground floor before I start heading upwards. Pallets to break down. Ooh, more tardines? Yes, more tardines. Time traveling tardines. Yeah, they really did like their soda here. Yes, tardines in their sardis. Exactly. See anything else around there? Time I walk across one of these rickety bridges, I think surely this is the one with the fall trap in it. Oops.
I think I can use this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna wear that. That's the stuff. Oh, the wolves are still there. Why do I get the feeling the wolves aren't gonna go anywhere? Yeah, I figured wolves would hang around the places with the best loot. so many of them. Oh, wow. There are more outside. Oh, I'm so never getting out of here without... Oh, man, that's bad. Do I risk going down? I think I got it. This is not cool. Which way do I want to go? Check out over here first. Just ignore the barking and the growling. It's nothing to concern us. We're fine. Anyone got a spray bottle? I need the hose. Charlie always runs away from the hose. She really doesn't like getting wet. Ooh, decent climbing socks. Oh, double sock. Perfect. Oh no. Alright,
I need to drop something.
I need to drop something great. It concerns me that I'm getting lower and lower and lower here. What? Why did one of the... How did one of the wolves hurt itself?
What have we here?
Okay. Just as long as I stay up high, I'm fine. Perfectly safe. They're just friendly little... Oh, that's not good. Friendly little puppies. Fishing tackles, stack of papers, some more reclaimed wood.
I could eat anything.
Well, I'll eat a bunch of the sardines. Maybe that'll decrease how encumbered I am. That's how that works, right? Another wolf randomly hurting itself. Oh, and the wind's picking up. That's not good. This was all fun and games while I felt like I had all the time in the world.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Right. So this was the stairwell. Just looked like the other one. Oh boy. Oh no. I need to get back over there. How am I going to do that without getting eaten? Well, I guess I can wait it out there if I have to. They're just mad there's no one there to stack them. Yep. No shadow to put them in a pile. I'm gonna go out and get this backpack that's way out on the pier. Then I have to try and work out how I'm gonna decide to deal with this situation.
Someone's stash.
Oh dear. This is not good. So I'm pretty sure this building doesn't have an inside because you can't see through the windows. Just got this little sheltered area. I need the code to unlock this door. Cannery memo. How do I see the memo? Book. Notes. Wolves won't let up. I put up a track to get up above them, but they won't leave. Most food here is spoiled. Going to try and rig up something in that old cannery workshop, but I'm staring down a deep hole here, guys. I can only hope you reach me soon. Just leave this here in case it goes even worse. Right. And the memo? That old radio tower is supposed to relay the weather, but half the time the damn thing is offline. And since the landslide last summer, we can't even get up the road anymore to check out what's going on. Bert is pretty sure the only way through is on the other side of the mountains, somewhere off the ravine between the provincial park and the highway along the coastline. What's management going to do about this? Without a way to check on the equipment, all the automation in the world won't do us much good out here. I know there's a technician kid someplace on the island attached to that tower company. Maybe they could help us out. And don't forget to get a copy of the workshop's door code while you're up there. Well, I don't know what I should do here. I need to unencumber myself a bit. Because otherwise the wolves are gonna... I can't sprint. What can I drop that's heavy? My timber. Yeah, I probably should drop that. Oh, and you still need to drop another 6 kilos worth of stuff. Guess I'll drop the heavy hammer for now. Oh, hold up, I've got a bedroll. Hang on. If I start a fire, I set up my bedroll, I chill out here for the night, maybe the wolves will have backed off after I've slept for a bit.
That did it.
Oh, my sprain risk is when I'm carrying too much stuff, right. Yeah, my frostbite I can't fix, that's permanent. Unfortunately. But I can have this nice warm meal, and then I can lie down in my bedroll for an hour. Should work, I think. And I'm gonna have to wake up every hour and keep adding wood to the fire, so I think there's a decent chance I'll burn most of my weight tonight, annoyingly. Well, my plan to escape the wolves is sleep until they lose interest in me? Or at least wait till daylight. I don't think... I actually press buttons on here to brute force it. Because it just kind of seems to randomly press it, so unless you know the code, I don't think it works. I think it's one of those type of doors. Pretty well fed. Happy about that. Yes. The door code, it'll always be 8675309. Definitely. Minutes until boiled. Then I would sleep. Oh, some of them appear to be backing off. Yeah, there's a wolf right. Maybe the boss wolf has a note with a code on the tail like a plushie. Wow. start throwing food decoys? Yeah, potentially. For an hour. Yeah, yep. This caution, this wolf is reversing. Alright, 2 hours. Let's sleep for 2 hours. Oh dear. I'm gonna use up a lot of fuel this night. Still, despite that, this is my best survival yet, by far. Power is on. You have survived 1 day, 16 hours, and 19 minutes. Huzzah. Oh no, that's not hubris, that's me going, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die, but at least I've done better than previously. Aha! I'm underweight now. I can potentially go do a runner. But I'm not going to do it at night. Also, that wolf is still yipping. It's like a car alarm. Oh, it's like your neighbor with a car alarm that just doesn't shut it off. Like, come on. Why aren't you dealing with your stupid car? I always get a Groundhog Day vibe when dying in these type of survival games. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. Really running low on the old fuel. Sleep 1 more hour. I leave 1 can here. Okay, they still know I'm here. It's still real dark. I don't want to do this runner at night. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm burning more fuel. Sleep another hour. Oh, at least the wolf stopped. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to class this as good as it gets. How do I get back there? Take my bedroll. I was kind of thinking I'd leave it. Oh, man. Yep, now I'm encumbered. I need to drop something. Just a drop. Okay, I'm just barely underweight. Now my plan is to run... I just want to run back to my little safe spot that I had before. That's all I want to do. I don't think I can go back the way I came. I'm going to try and go back, and we'll see. See if I can. The stairs off the pier didn't seem to go down to the ground level. Or the ice level. But maybe I didn't look closely enough. At a glance, they didn't seem to. That's how I got in here. How do I... Can I jump? Is there a jump key? No, I didn't think there was a jump key. So yeah, I can't go back. Alright, I'm gonna go down these stairs, I'm gonna light this flare, and I'm gonna hope it keeps the wolves back while I go to the other bit. Seems to be the best option I've got. I see you, wolf. Choice. Once you see me, I gotta light this flare. Stay back! Stay back! Back off! Okay.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Door. Thank you. Alright, now I can store some things in here. Alright, store some firewood. Probably, if I light this fire... I could probably stay in here, break up some more of these crates, get myself some more firewood. And then I need to leave this place and hopefully be able to make my way back in. So I need to leave without using up my flare. How long is this going to take to break? Hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, I did store a little bit in this locker, didn't I? As well. Cedar firewood, fir firewood. Let's store the hammer because it's super heavy. Don't need to carry 2 knives on me at this stage. Don't want to carry the extra shoes. Ditch one of these lantern fuels. Oh, I need to process these rose hips. How do I do that? Rose hips in here. Prepare rose hips. Hey, Gregory. Make a torch, it works better than flares. Ah, okay, so I could use a torch to keep the dogs away. Sweet, I will do that. I won't do the rose hips just yet. I just want to see if there's anything else I want to do in here. Hour and 30 to do all that, and 338 of my remaining calories. Maybe not. Maybe I'll pick that up and I will cook some beans. Is there a recipe for wolfskin coat and matching boots? Possibly, but I'm not... I don't think
You're gonna need to eat soon.
I have any chance of surviving that many wolves with what I've got. Let's make a herbal tea. So I'll make a herbal tea, I'll get myself a torch, and then I might go wandering somewhere else. I imagine I will find rifles and other things eventually if I survive that long, and those will probably, assuming I hit, which is a big assumption, I will be able to deal with the wolves. Or at least a wolf. I don't know my chances of dealing with the what looked like upwards of 10 wolves that are out there. Herbal tea, drink that. Then we'll go... Actually, how much more inventory can I ditch? I need to ditch more. Still at 20, like I'm still close. Probably don't need to be carrying all those antibiotics on me at once. So there's some of my matches, keep them safe. Sort by weight. I do want to keep some of my reclaimed wood and sticks on me because if I need to make a fire urgently, I want to have some of that available and enough available to survive a little bit of time. I know it's a lot of weight, but I just can't think of I can't think it's sensible to get rid of it. I could ditch the coal though. And I need to read that book at some point. In fact, let's have a look at that. Is that a thing here? Um, how do read book? Okay, I really need to bring my charcoal out more often. Oh, inedible burn stuff. I burned my tea. Use. Ah. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to do that just now. I'll put that away and hopefully remember to look at it if I survive that long. I think that's pretty much all the space I have to put stuff. Getting close to anyway. At least we got 10 kilos of capacity, carrying capacity, so that's not too bad. It appears I can't take a torch from here. A barrel. Does that mean I'd have to make one? Oh, fire has to be stronger. Okay. Alright. Off we go. I've got cans. I'm deliberately leaving those ones so they're there. What's my way in here? Ah, around here. Oh, no, 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 go away! It's only incredibly moderately terrifying. No. Stay away from me, wolf. Please. I'm aware they're conflicting descriptors. I did it on purpose. It's incredibly effective at being moderately terrifying. Would breaking through the ice count as freezing or drowning? Probably drowning. Much on the ground around here. like this kennel would be inadequate for a dog to stay warm. Six cloth. I haven't started using up the cloth that I've got yet, so I'll leave that for now.
Could end up being useful.
I'm gaining warmth there, which is nice. Which means I should probably do this. Chuck all that. Wait, did I get rid of my... I think I did. Whoops. I think I read it as coal and was like, I don't need to carry coal. Forgetting that it was actually charcoal. Oops.
This'll come in handy.
Fire striker, nice. Gaining warm in here, but warmth in here, but I'm gonna head out. That's the idea for exploring right now. Hello, moose. If I don't go near you, you should hopefully stay not near me. Yes. Ooh, geez. Ooh. Oh, you're near something I want to go to. Dang it. It's near a body. I head towards. Let's just keep going forward. Maybe towards that tower. Maybe come back over that bridge.
Can't feel my feet.
If I don't die of freezing before then, which it looks like might be happening. That is a wolf. It's not a way for me to go. It's a way for me to break a leg. I am on Voyager. Which is proving to be difficult enough at the moment. Which is probably fair. This is like, what? Just under 3 hours into playing the game?
Wait. I'm so cold.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die of hypothermia if I don't find some shelter soon. I guess one of the nice parts maybe about this. Oh, that looks like it could be a cave up there. For people with a sense of direction, I imagine you gradually learn the map. Yeah. Not something... Well, it's something I'll eventually learn, but it... I'll put it this way. I have like 500 hours in GTA and I can mostly navigate around it without a map. What a HUD. Took me that long. No. Stick to make fire. As soon as I find sheltered spot. No. Hearing that almost frozen waterfall really makes me feel extra cold. It's a good point. I could put the torch away and not be prompted to light it all the time. That's a valid point. Thank you. Oops. Yeah, I did it dumb and I put away my, I put away the thing that I can use to make maps. And apparently I can't pick up that stick. Ooh, cave. Excellent. There's totally not going to be a bear in there. I'm just going to pretend like it's definitely a perfectly safe cave for me to go into. Yep. Definitely perfectly safe. Right. Let's make a fire. Backpack from the last bear victim. Yep.
Come on.
Nice comfy bed to keep me warm. Yeah, like a tauntaun. Okay, let's cook something. There were some rose hips just outside. I might quickly go grab them. I can carve the deer corpse for meat as well, yes. Which I might do once I get warm enough that I can actually stay out there long enough. And I don't have enough rose hips to prepare them. Nuts, I need another 8. Thought that was the case. I do have a knife, yes. I do. Seems I can only cook up water. Yeah. Need to warm up and then get that deer. As the tags say, backseating is allowed, but backseating may be ignored. I did prepare some hips earlier. Unfortunately, I also stored them. Yeah, I put away some things I probably shouldn't have. And I don't really know what to do about that. I mean, I'm learning. I'm going to make some mistakes. It's going to happen. Oh, no. I do have the prepared rose hips. Never mind. Probably should have just checked, shouldn't I? Maybe make a herbal tea? Yeah, let's make a herbal tea as well. Let's get all the warmth. Yep, I will have to grab charcoal here for the map. Oh yeah, don't burn the tea this time. Good point. I did burn that last time, didn't I? Turned in. Although, really, I suppose if you evaporate all the water, you'd ruin tea. Well, this sort of tea. You could overcook it and make it bitter, I suppose. So like, when thinking about what sort of stuff I would consider as, like, too much backseating, it's kind of when you're taking away an opportunity for learning something in a funny way. So, if I'm walking into a cave that has a bad thing in it, it's probably funnier just to let me walk into it. But if I'm struggling with an interface element, please help. Those are the two extremes. The stuff that the stuff that lies in the middle, I'm struggling to think of right now. All right, let's go outside and see how long it's going to. Actually, how long is that going to last? An hour. Let's go see. Ooh, much better with the knife. Oh yeah. Let's get all that meat. It's one shot. No save, no reload. Just do it. It takes 30 minutes to get the hide out. I don't really know what gut is useful for at this stage. Yeah, this is very much a... Yes, it's roguelike. It's not really roguelike, but you know what I mean. This is a... You just take your chance and see how you go sort of thing. Gut equals sinew for bowstrings. But how? How? I haven't died... I mean, I've died twice, Nev. I don't know whether you missed either of those ones. There you go. I have an extra torch. Oh. Guess I can grab another one. No, that's a terrible one. Oh, whatever. It's a couple of extra torches. Let's make some water. Well, the venison is cooking. I'm going to need to add some proper fuel. Oh, right. Yeah, Nev, I was in the swanky setup until the wolves, and so I've left to go explore, and I've hopefully got some stuff that will allow me to return safely once I've explored a bit. You can't burn water, but you can boil it off if you don't collect it soon enough. I'll be back in just a moment. I need to take a quick bio break. Let's go with this one. Okay. It's a Capac being chased by a wolf. Oh man. I really do hope I get the time to make up some more Be Right Back screens. And I want to redo my hourglass one as well, with some new techniques that'll make it a bit more fun. How long till the venison? 27 minutes. What can I do for 27 minutes? I did pick up that book. How long do I read the book for? I think it's like 1 hour at a time? I thought I picked up another copy of the book. Did I not? There it is. Yeah, 1 hour at a time. Campfire's got an hour left. Let's just add a little bit of extra fuel. Just make sure it doesn't run out. That's gonna overcook if I do it, so I probably need to wait till that's done. Oh, the Capac overlay I'm really proud of. Like, this took a fair bit of work to put together and to make sure that it actually worked and that the green screen functioned. Because this isn't a composite of Capacs. This was all filmed in one scene. You can see they collide with each other. And coming up with the weird gravitational fields to make them twirl and behave the way they do, it was a bit of work, but it was worth it because it's honestly, it's the best Be Right Back screen I could come up with. fun one. Aren't they all real Capacs? No, none of them were the real Capac. Although they would have been if he'd joined in the game at that time. Because the way I did that was the same method used for Survival Unlikely and the event. I might just take that. Some good food. Oh no!
Gonna die.
Ah, stupid venison not being cooked long enough. That was raw. Oh, did I eat the raw one? I thought I... Grrr, curse you, game. Why did you let me do that? How do I deal with this? Antibiotics. Alright. Whoops. Yeah. Grab sticks. I'll wander up this way, see what's up this way.
Just need to close my eyes.
Oh, I'm encumbered again. Look like the way I can go to get up places. Yeah, I do need to sleep. I was hoping I could make it back, back home, like back to the cannery to do that. Because then I won't have to use up quite as much fuel to sleep if I go into the room at the start, the one that's warm enough. But I don't know if I'm just going to collapse. Sticks will regenerate after storms. Nice, that's good to know. Dang it.
Too cold to damn. Freezing.
What? Okay, that didn't work. Apparently I'm not allowed to cross that river there.
My stomach. It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
Alright.
So tired.
Let's see if I have it. Let's see if I can make it back to the cave. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, there's no sprint option. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm moving even slower now.
My stomach. It hurts. Oh,
Yep.
it hurts.
Yep. Come on. The cave's just there. There's a small chance. I don't think the fire's going to be lit. Come on. Come on. Just a bit further. Just a bit further. I am not going to care the least bit about charcoal when I'm going to die. Who needs a map when you're dead? Okay. Add fuel. Sleep. Oh dear. Okay. How do I see the state of my clothes? Okay, so that's how wet they are. Cool.
I'm so tired. I could just lay down right here.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. Okay, how are my clothes at now? Almost dry. Good. Boots and my jeans are almost warmed up. Dried up. I have collected birch bark that I have left at the cannery. I'm not sure I have enough fuel to last through the night here.
Energy.
Remain above freezing for 8 hours. Great. Something you ate has made you very sick. You will weaken until you treat it, it passes, or you die. Blunt, but effective, I suppose? Is my health still going down? Maybe. My exhaustion is going down really fast. I don't think I've got enough fuel to survive this.
Feeling so drained.
Yeah, IRL you would definitely want to take off your wet clothes, definitely.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
I guess I'll just throw all my fuel on and see how long I can sleep for. Doubt that's gonna add much fuel, but... yeah, not really. Alright. Sleep for an hour. Thanks for the prime sub, Neb. Sleep again. Yeah, the blizzard's over. It's middle of the night. 28 minutes left of campfire.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Let's eat some... Yeah, let's eat some stale salty crackers. Delicious.
Oh. Well, this is a shitty way to die.
Hey, I'm not gonna die yet. Think? Maybe? Could be new sticks
Not
falling
sure why
nearby.
I feel so tired.
Yeah, I gotta give it a go.
I'm getting weaker.
I know you are. Don't see any sticks. No. Why? Alright, yeah. I'm just gonna have to sleep and hope for the best. See if I get lucky. Yeah, the hypothermia is just doing me in. I need to... much longer do I need to sleep for? To keep that... to get rid of it. 3 more hours. Alright, let's see what happens. I woke up freezing. Fan-freaking-tastic. Oh no. Okay. Light source. Torch.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
Oh. Yeah. I just gotta go.
Something's making me feel tired.
That didn't work. No! Oh, I'm gonna freeze to death. Whoops.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
There we go. Ah, dear. Well, that was better than I'd done previous runs by a significant margin. Too bad at all. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what these different levels are, aren't they? It's what it best at which level. Yeah, I tried interloper. As you can see, I survived for 0 days. 5 hours awake and 8 hours rested. I died after 13 hours. Yep. Yep. Not a bad run. Now, I'm going to do something stupid now. Because it's 20 past 10 and Capac should be showing up at some point. I'm going to do another interloper run and just see if anything I've learned from that actually has some applicability here. See if it actually, if I've learned enough that anything can, that I can extend it a bit. Learning. Also, I think I missed this earlier. Thanks, my selfie. Thanks for the prime sub. Alrighty. Forlorn muskeg. Must find a shelter of sorts. Oh, I think I'm about to be eaten by a wolf. Oh, perfect. What a start. Start with a howl. A wind and a wolf. I didn't do a prediction on this one.
I can use this.
Oh man, I am not wearing much in the way of warm clothing. Hello, bear? I think that's a bear. See power poles running along there. See some buildings over this way, so I think that's where I gotta go. And if any of this is thin ice, I'm in trouble. No!
So.
Oh, I'm dead.
I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
I'm not sure how else to get across there.
Too cold to think.
Huh. Certain bits aren't thin. Nope, that's thin. Nope, that's thin. Nope, that's thin. No, what I was trying what I was trying there that I hadn't tried before was seeing whether sprinting across I'd be able to make it. But it appears There's no clear way across. Come on, bear, show me the way. Nope. Nope. Huh. It's kind of forcing me to go where the bear is. I know I'm gonna die, but, more curious about some other things here. Like throwing a rock at the bear. Also. That didn't go very far. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Come here. And come on, bear. Come on, bear. I have one rock. And throw. Hang on, there's more here. Bear appears to be taking the ice very slowly and carefully. Oh, hello. Jeez. Was not expecting this to play out for this long. What?
Feeling faint.
Oh dear. For future reference, I'm going to count that as death by bear. Uh-huh. Interesting.
That was good timing on my part.
That was! That was good timing on your part, Kamak. Oh man. Okay, I'm enjoying the long dark.
Really?
So...
It looked pretty horrifying to me. From the 30 seconds that I saw.
Yeah, I imagine so. So right now, Kapak and I are going to go and play some Icarus. Next week is going to be weird. So... don't worry about that. I'll explain it later. But I'm right now going to change over to some Icarus. So what I'm going to do is go with this one.